Hi, welcome to beautiful Lake Tahoe. I'm your chef in Tahoe, Travis Woodcock. Today we're preparing crab cakes with a mango chutney. You will need the following items and ingredients to do this. You'll need a mixing bowl and a spoon, and for the ingredients you will need sweet bell peppers, green onions, garlic powder, Worcestershire sauce, mayonnaise, mustard powder, cayenne pepper, 1 egg, and of course crab. To start this off, we're going to go ahead and add the crab to our mixing bowl. 1 pound of fresh Dungeness peeled out of the shells. From this point on, you can go ahead and mix anything you'd like together. It all goes together. The only thing you want to be careful with is not to mix too much breadcrumbs. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the sweet bell peppers. We're going to start off with all the powders this time. We have garlic powder, dried mustard, and a dash of cayenne pepper. We'll give that a little toss up right away to get those dry powders up in the crab. From that point, I'm going to go ahead and add the green onions, the mayonnaise. The lighter you go with the mayonnaise, the healthier it will be, and you can substitute it for an olive oil mayonnaise, which works great. Top it off with the Worcestershire sauce. And 1 whole egg. This is where you got to get your hands involved right here. You're going to go ahead and slowly add breadcrumbs. Go for about 1/3 of a cup to start. And mix in. You got to get your hands in there. Try to incorporate everything together till it comes nice and stays together pretty well. Need a little more breadcrumbs here. You don't want it to be juicy, so all the liquid is pouring out of it, but you want it to stay together and have a good texture. Let me rinse off my hands real quick. We're going to top it off here with a pinch of lemon juice. Every seafood's got to have a little lemon with it. Now keep those extra breadcrumbs handy right in front of you right here, because we're going to now go ahead and get those crab cakes ready for the saute pan. So you're going to go ahead, and the easiest way is to make a ball out of it. You know, just a good hand-sized ball, good portions. Then go ahead and flatten it out as if you've seen in any restaurant. The last touch I do is go ahead and dip it in the breadcrumbs. Pack it nice and tight and get them ready. I'll go ahead and make another one for you real quick so I can make 2 in this pan. In the breadcrumbs again. Make sure it's nice and tight. Now crab cakes are a little messy when you're making them, so make sure to wash your hands multiple times. From that point on, what I did prior to the breadcrumbs is I seasoned the breadcrumbs with salt and pepper, so I didn't have to add it into the crab cake mixture. I will go ahead and top them off a little bit right here, with a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper and kosher salt. And from this point, I'm going to go ahead and remove this out of the sun, and I'm going to take my 2 crab cakes over here over to the saute pan and show you how to cook those. So now you want your saute pan nice and hot before you add olive oil to it. I use olive oil. It's better for you than vegetable oil and a few other oils. You can use a peanut oil. It gets real hot. You just got to be careful not to burn the crab cakes. Versatile oil for me is olive oil. So I get this pan nice and hot. And when you're outdoors like this, you can actually see the heat radiating off of it. And the more and more you cook, the more and more your hands get used to hot stuff, and you'll be able to touch that saute pan and know when it's, the right temperature. Give that a minute or two. When you're using fish and crab cakes and those type of items, it's good to have a fish spatula. It's got these grooves in it. It's very easy to pick up the fish. It doesn't stick to the bottom. A normal spatula, this has a sharp little blade on it for getting underneath it to flip them. It's pretty easy to use one of these. You can get them at any one of your kitchen stores. So I'm going to throw some olive oil on here. Just a touch. You don't want to over soak your pan with olive oil, because that's all going to soak up into the crab cakes. You don't want them mushy, so you got to get them nice and hot. You'll see the heat coming off the olive oil. When you set them down, you're going to want to see a sizzle when they go down. You want to hear that noise. You can also move your pan around. You'll see it start to be more like water. You can tell it's getting hotter. If it's moving around like oil and goes real slow, it's not hot enough. It should start to move around like there's water in the tray. Starting to get there, about another minute here. All right, now we're starting to get some heat there. So what I'm going to do, by using this spatula right here, I'm going to pick it up so I don't have to burn my hands. And when you lay these in oil, you're supposed to lay them away from you so any oil splashes away. So when I set this down, everything goes that way. You can see when I put them in, I don't know if you can hear that, but it automatically starts sizzling in the oil, and that's going to make a good brown and crispy texture to it. So it's different for crab cakes on timing because some are thick, some are skinnier. So it's all on visual and feel. You can see them if they're getting golden brown. If they're not getting golden brown, your pan's not hot enough. So you really got to keep an eye on these. If you walk away and go do something for 5 minutes, they're going to be burnt. And with this spatula here, it's real easy to get underneath and go ahead and take a look at it and see how it's doing. It doesn't hurt to move those around. You don't want to break into them, because it's going to break everywhere. But lift them up, look at them, make sure they're cooking right. You should smell that. It smells good. Go ahead and flip those over. Look at that. Nice and golden brown. That's what we're looking for. Nice hard crust on there. Chefs use their hands. You have to. Don't be scared to touch the food to feel it. You always wash your hands. They're always clean. So cooking is a hands-on deal. You don't have to use tools the whole time. I use my hands the majority of the time. Starting to get nice and crispy. Another minute or so on that, and we'll be good. While that's finishing off there, I made a mango chutney here. You can use a variety of sauces on your crab cakes. I love mangoes. That goes great with this. You can use pineapples, any type of jellies or any of those sauces. They work great. A lot of the people I cook for request this mango chutney because it's pretty good. All right, we got these things nice and crispy. I'm going to go ahead and turn the stove off. And so to plate these, go ahead and set one in the center right here. Set the other one right next to it. We're going to go ahead and top this off with a little mango chutney right in between them right there. And finish it off with a little lemon wedge. And that's a great appetizer for 2 people, 2 crab cakes. And I hope you enjoyed cooking with Chef in Tahoe today. Visit my website at chefintahoe.com. Thank you very much.